Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hello and welcome to a Saturday morning edition of DoMoreLife. And I am so happy to have you guys here, and I hope you are happy to be here. Uh, I'm not feeling really well this morning. Kind of came over me a little bit into last night. Didn't think much of it, so I don't know how much live streaming I'm going to get done today, but we'll do everything we can. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys about the rainy season of Thailand because we're living through the end of rainy season right now as we speak. So we wanted to talk tips and tricks on the rainy season. We want to talk about how to get around um, some of the hardships that come with being in Thailand on during the rainy season. So no more thumbs down. That's awesome. Autumn Major said YouTube done away with the display of dislikes. That's cool. You can still go and see analytics and see percentages. Oh, that's fine too. I don't care. That's whatever. I'll leave the numbers up. It is what it is. It's probably Lyle. Probably. I bet Tim did forget. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, so rainy season. One of the first things about rainy season that I notice is how long it lasts. Okay, and it basically lasts from Songkran, which is like the middle of April, until basically now, which is like the middle of November, end of November or December. That's kind of, it's kind of like Americans have their Groundhog Day, and I don't know what they would call that over here in Thailand, but they sometimes rainy season is over weeks before it was the year before, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it stays some extra weeks, and that would just be not. I can't think of a scenario where that would help anybody right now because all the farmers' lands that need the rain are all flooded, and it rained so much a couple weeks back here that we had real flooding. Like here in Bangkok, they had to open up the dams upstream, and the water's got to go somewhere, so it comes downstream to us. Um, and that's something else. If you're going to live in Bangkok, please be mindful that Bangkok sits below sea level. I didn't know if you guys know that or not, but Bangkok sits below sea level. So if there's any kind of real flood, real massive flood, or some kind of tsunami from the ocean bounces in here, y'all better get to higher ground quick. I'm just saying. Hey, Griffin, good morning to you. And Charles White, listening while on the road. I understand, my friend. I understand. At least you're safe and on the road, and I'm happy to hear that. And I'm making this video for people like you, Charles, who are planning to come over here and live, or planning to come over here and retire, or are already over here and have decided to retire. So my main objective here is to let you know from the basics to the most complex question that I'm qualified to answer. Um, Questions on the rainy season, stuff about the rainy season. What does Thailand do differently in the rainy season? One, I will tell you that during rainy season, those little plastic ponchos that probably cost 5 cents to make, that are made out of just like garbage bag thin plastic. You find them at 7-Eleven most of the time. You can find them at other convenience stores too, Family Marts and other things. But when you go to would would you go to my mind blanked out again. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. That makes me so sad. Anyway, moving on. Um, Anon, good morning. I tell you one way rainy season affects Anon is it hurts his morning bike rides. So if if you're a morning person and you're planning on getting up and living and having a functional life uh, in the morning, then you can get up and do some really cool stuff. Good morning, Anon, by the way, and good morning, Robert Mack. Good to see you, bud. But yeah, you can get up, you can go bike riding, you can go running, you can go jump at the beach for a swim, 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m., it's whatever. That's part of the fun of being in Thailand, right? But the good part about this rainy season is we were already pretty much locked into where we were going to be anyway. Um, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Anna says, "True, I'm not nearly hardcore enough to take the bike in the rain." It's all good, man. I was just talking about the it. You see, everybody that's on a motorbike in Thailand. When I say everybody, I mean everybody, like everybody. Um, Almost literally everybody. Um, will be at 7-Eleven or at Family Mart buying these little packages of a plastic poncho, and that's all it is that plastic that they make garbage bags out of, and they cut a hood, cut a hole for the head, and 2 spots for the arms, and put it on there. It's uh, super cheap, and that's something that you can go into and get for not you know nothing that's going to break the bank. Rob P says, "I'd like to live through make it rain season pre." Yep, it's a very interesting time. Big C says, "Dry as a boat dock up here in Easton." Wow, I'm glad to hear it because I know there was some places up north that were getting hammered. Was the last week or the week before? I can't remember. But there was some people that got hammered by the rain in some villages and all that stuff, and they had to do some things differently. So just hope everybody's okay. Wish the best for everybody. Don't want to see anybody else lose any more money or um, see anybody else come through with just bad luck here in Thailand. Things that are out of their control. Um, I just want to see the Thais have a little bit of good luck. That's all. That's all I'm looking for. And it says the humidity gets massive, and yes, it does. And the mosquitoes get way worse. Just a warning. He is correct, and that's why I said what I said at the beginning. Make sure we give the best information possible today to anybody that might see this chat on replay or that's coming in to watching the chat. And I'm 100%, 100% correct. The humidity gets way worse during rainy season. During dry season, I've seen the humidity as low as 51%. That's as low as I've seen it. I know you guys are probably going, what? You got to be all year? That's the lowest you saw it was 51%. Yeah, I kind of live pretty much in paradise, and I'm really enjoying it. But the humidity and the heat are stuff you'll learn how to bear with, whether you want to or not, because you're going to want to enjoy Thailand over here. And if you're going to do that, you're going to want to do it year round, right? So getting through a rainy season should be or getting through a rainy season over here should be simpler for most expats and foreign tourists that come over, but it's a lot of preparation that you just don't know unless you ask anybody. So it's I'm not saying any of this is your guys' fault. That I'm just trying to make sure that you understand that what rainy season is really like and how things change a little bit during rainy season. I'm going to get into that, I promise. Big C says my buddy in Samui is out to buy a canoe today. Good for him. That's awesome. Gosh, I hadn't been the whitewater rafting or anything like that in such a long time. Man, it's been a long time. Anon says for mosquitoes, get the lean jungle 95% deep spray works great. 160 knot bite on Lazada. everybody, you need to take a picture of that. Picture of that. What he just said right there. I'm gonna tell you the because I'm gonna take a picture of it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Just like America, DEET has been, I don't want to say outlawed, but it's been okay. My phone's just doing this. It's just resetting right now. Sorry, guys. That, and I just put the link up there. See if I can sign in on my phone and take a picture of that link. Okay, for some reason my camera app's not working. It's interesting. Well, it's all right. That phone's day's coming over with at all, or it's almost over with. Lyle, you want to ask him, or you want me to? He just popped in at the bottom. Robert, thank you for dropping that PayPal Cash App link down there. I really appreciate that. So you guys know, this is for the travel fund and travel and exploration and equipment for the channel. And the travel fund's currently sitting in a situation where it's going to buy some really, really helpful equipment for the channel. I'm really, really going to be able to put out more content more quickly, I should say, more quickly, more quickly. And then the computing power of what I'm getting once I learn how to do, because I'm gonna get a Mac. Once I learn how to use Final Cut Pro, it's just going to be a revolving door around here. We're going to see what works and what doesn't in terms of video content, and I'm going to chase that down, whatever's working, until there's nothing left to chase. But hello, Tim. It's good to see you, brother, and I'm glad you decided to make it in here, man. Anna says, just posted the link on the line group. Oh, yeah, thank you, Anna. Good. Appreciate it. And I says, just posted the link on the line group. By the way, the line group, we have the DoMoreLife has a line group for you guys, for channel members. Okay, a channel membership is what, $2.99 a month or $1.99 a month? I can't remember. I think it's $2.99 a month, if I'm not mistaken. But for $2.99 a month, you get extra content. You get live stream every month with just myself and channel members. You're going to get behind the scenes content from my photo shoots, which are the behind the scenes content is very nice. I think you'll enjoy those. In addition to some other perks, you also get to be a member of our line group where you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's not religion and politics. Well, get away with some political talk in there, but just not very much, because politics and religion just drive people apart. And I'm not about driving people apart, bro. I don't want to compete. I compete with myself. I don't compete with other people. I can't, right? I can't compete with other people. Like, people are who they are. They're already taken. I can't be them. I'm going to let them be them. Sure, I see some of my friends now that are making it big time, whether it be in crypto or stocks and bonds, or selling NFTs, flipping stuff on eBay, or working a regular job. They're all finding ways and means to get out from under that umbrella. Even the guys that are working the full-time job are working on their side hustle, trying to get out of there. So this living free is becoming a. I'm actually grateful. Let me just say this again. I'm not getting. This is not a. The statement is somewhat hinged on politics, but I don't want you to think I'm talking politics, because I'm not. I'm just saying I'm glad that this administration has just completely and utterly poop to shoot or shoot to poop or whatever. They've royally screwed up. And I'm so glad that the American people will get to see how important voting is now. I don't think a lot of them understood before. And so I think that's going to be a big thing in America when all that comes around. There's a lot of things that are happening in the world right now that we could talk about. It's up to you guys. But I want to talk about your safety in Thailand too. In terms of COVID, when you come to Thailand, being safe. I don't have the exact numbers of the number of people who have been jabbed at least twice, but I know it's approaching that 70% number that they were looking for herd immunity, and they're getting it done really quick. The girl has her appointment today, so I'll be going with her to get her second one today. And for anybody that I'm stopping this thing where I'm like not really hating, but just trying to be picky and choosy when it comes to Thailand. And I wish they would do this, wish they would do that. I really got to stop saying that. And I want to build some positivity up around Thailand, build some positivity up, and let people know that there are ways and means to get here. There are ways and means to do things once you get here. And it's a beautiful place to be. It really is. And when I say beautiful, I mean it's beautiful on the eyes for sure, but it's definitely beautiful on the spirit as well, because the environment is positive. And you guys know my rule about averages and positive and negative. So, Law said he was taking bets, or talking to Tim, he said he was taking bets. You forgot about daylight savings time. Steve, what's up, buddy? Steve Dunn, good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Ross, glad to see you. Good morning, brother. Tim says, "Lie, we have had daylight savings for a minute now." I love it. Griffin says $2.99 a month and all the like buttons you can hit. That's right. That's right, Griffin. He's talking about channel memberships. You see those tags out beside their names where it looks kind of turquoise and red, orange. That's just a different length of time they've been a channel member. And if a channel member becomes a channel member and then for whatever reason the membership doesn't renew that month and you have to go in and do it manually, then you have to start over with the I think it's the green chip. I believe it's the green colored chip, if I'm not mistaken. So continuing on, Ross says, "I've had 2 jabs now." Good, buddy. I'm glad. So you're set to go. Good. I'm glad. Lyle asked how you're feeling. That is a good relative question that I would like to know as well, Ross. If there are any side effects that you've had, just keep it PC because for YouTube. Man, I'm looking forward to getting this Rumble channel up and going. That's so there. I've learned. I've been doing massive amounts of research over the last 2 weeks, in addition to keeping up with everything else, my work and everything. Tim says he's had 2 but needs another. Well, I'm sure they will give you as many as you want, Tim. I'm positive of that because every time they do, pharmaceutical company, they get paid. All right. How do I want to approach it? I'm trying to think. So with the jab situation over here in Thailand, period, you're pretty freaking safe. I mean, you're like, it's, let's face it, the CDC changed the definition of what a vaccine is. Now you have to go look at what a vaccine is. So a vaccine no longer means that, like when you take it, that you're not going to get the virus anymore. It has a different definition now to include its treatment status. Basically, is you guys can go look it up. I'm not a doctor. Don't take anything I say as medical advice. Just go look it up on CDC and check that out because it's quite interesting. But as of coming in here and being worried about, if you are one of those people that are worried about catching COVID, always be safe. Social distance. The Thais are going to force you to be safe whether you want to or not, because they are terrified of this thing. Terrified. And when you're around them, you're going to get your hands alcoholed. You're going to get masked. You might get double masked. And be ready to run into a lot of people that in their day-to-day life believe everything they hear, because they will stand there and have a debate with you and say nothing the whole time. So it's not even, is it even worth the debate? I think communication is the fundamental catalyst for anything to get better in life. That's just my opinion. But sometimes communication breaks down, and it's just better to walk away than it is to keep fighting it. That's my thoughts on being a expat here in Thailand. No, I'm just kidding. Anon says, pro tip, I was having some coffee last night with a guy from Quebec. He was throwing some serious shade on Thai ladies in front of them. Not a smart move. Try not to be this guy. That's 100% accurate. Do not be that guy, because if the wrong person's around, it doesn't have to be a man. It can be a woman. She's got a phone. She'll call the right man. Somebody's around and you say the wrong thing like that, you step out of bounds. That's probably the last time anybody will see you if you piss the wrong people off. And that's why crime is not bad here. Even organized crime is not. I wouldn't consider it to be bad here, but I don't work for the police department, so I don't know either. But from what I can tell, it doesn't seem to be super violent. Anytime you get in a culture, a culture that's predominantly nonviolent and peaceful, with the Buddhist sentiment laying over it. It's really hard to find reasons for people to get or for people to have their life taken, or for people to be seriously injured. You just got to be seriously stupid when it comes to all that stuff. So definitely don't be that guy. And I agree 100%. And thank you for putting that out there. 10 says, just have to wait for my local VA to get it. Then I will get it and get it recorded on my card, and I am good. One more thing off the get my butt to Thailand list. Fair enough, 10. Hey, Roger McGee. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for dropping by. Always appreciate you being there. Exactly, Ross. Exactly. Lack of knowledge keeps them scared. And I have to say that as far as information goes that's available to the Thai public, the government over here warns media about their coverage of the situation and their coverage of the reopening, and because they said one word wrong or something was taken out of context or something, right? But then you got a government that changes the rules all the time. They move the goalposts in the middle of the game all the time. And look, I live under their watch. As long as I'm here in Thailand, I'm on their watch. And my two options, if I get frustrated enough, are either one, just humble yourself down to the point of whatever they say I'm just going to do and get it over with, which could or could not be a good thing. And then your other choice is uh, just to lose your mind, go crazy, and then they'll keep you in jail for a long time. So, um, if that's if you talk about them, but if we talk about them, um, it's even worse. And the most of my research I did on what COVID actually was came from uh, places that were non-Thai websites. Um, sure, I looked at the CDC and WHO. I saw their work, but I looked at some other people's work too, and I got a reasonable idea about what it was, kind of how it worked. I'm not a biologist or a doctor, so it is what it is. I'm no infectious disease specialist. I just know what I learned. That's it. And I couldn't tell you on a molecular level what COVID is, or even the parts of it in most cases. But I educated myself, right? And there was a push here for vaccines to get here. Now there's a push for this Thailand pass thing, um, which is a whole other video. And we will do that Thailand pass thing in a whole other video. And you just wonder, like, well, what's next from the Thai government? Like, what are you guys going to do next? Like, what's the next play here? Because they've already seen an increase in cases in certain parts of the country already since they opened back up the doors partially to the country November 1st. So, how are they going to respond? If it's anything like the Phuket sandbox, they'll just let people. They're throwing their hands up and just saying, "People, come on in, come on in, come on in." They were running some kind of campaign for a 1.2 million baht bank balance for a retirement visa. I saw that, and I don't know what that's all about, but I did do some research on it, and I will have some more information for you guys on that. Unless Ross wants to talk about it in here, that's fine. But you're right, Ross. Lack of knowledge keeps them scared, and they very much do suffer from a lack of knowledge, and it's sad because there should be enough medical resources available for them to educate themselves. And again, I don't blame the Thai people at all. I don't. Hey, it is what it is, man. Jim A in Florida, what's up, brother? He says this time change has me screwed up. Used to you starting an hour later. Sorry, brother. Ross says organized crime is very organized here. Yes, that is correct. Very organized. That's probably why you don't see it very rarely. Do you actually see anything go down or hear about it in the media report? Very rarely. Tim says, and another thing, I checked off the list. I'm switching my SSI so I can qualify for the human plan for vets. Covers me no matter where I am. Booyah. Booyah, my man, Tim. Good job. Good job, buddy. And Roger wants to know how you do that. That's an excellent question and an even better response there, Roger, because I'm interested in how he does that. Not that I am a vet or anything, but I may run across a vet that has a question, and I'll be able to use Tim's knowledge. Tim says, Roger, you know what? What do I know? I don't know anything. Honest. I hear you, Tim. Jim says, so I see they delayed the reopening of night venues January the 15th, I think. So yesterday they came out with or was it the day before? It was either yesterday or the day before. I did get a publication saying the tentative start date for Thailand's nightlife and Thailand's entertainment industry, bars and clubs and that kind of thing. they gave the 15th as a tentative date. Somebody even said, I don't know who I don't know who it was, but somebody said that um, the possibility of damn it, I did it again. What were we talking about? Oh, the opening, yeah. So there, for some reason, the government seems to recoil, not recoil, but they tend to just bounce off this alcohol ban like it's some kind of miracle thing that they've done that's keeping the COVID away, and it's just not. People, everybody I know that drinks, well, not everybody, but there are the the vast majority of the people that I know that I work with, that kind of thing. Yeah, they're not. They're not like that. Let's see. I think of January 15th, the soft reopening would be good. I heard a rumor of December 15th last night, so I don't know. Maybe that comes to fruition. What I do know is this: when it comes to Thailand's reopening and the expats that live in like Pattaya and a few other places, my phone has been going off nonstop. They're trying to get information from me, and I would love to give it to them, but I simply don't have it because of the way things change over here all the time, as I said earlier in the video. Um, so, okay, Roger, clarifying. Let's see. Ross said, I would like to know what would happen if all the bars in Pattaya all the same day decided we're going to start selling alcohol. That would be very interesting for sure, Ross. That would be very interesting. Um, I don't know. Um, I mean, I know what would happen initially, but I don't know what would happen after that. So, it probably wouldn't end good for a lot of people, I would imagine. Um, Anon says that Tim, I understand that the government has recommended 3 jabs, but 3 jabs mandatory now? No, 3 jabs are not mandatory if he's planning to come over here. Yeah, I wouldn't even concern myself with it either. But I read his comment, said he wanted to get another one. Hey, if you want to get another one, get another one. I'm not here to not here to tell anybody anything about the jabs or the vaccine or any of that stuff. Sorry guys, cutting on my aircon here. See if I can get it lower down to talk to blow some cool air on me because I'm getting hot. 1 second. Okay, there we go. You guys know how it works. Old air conditioners. It's not old. It's just needs to be maintained properly. All right. Tim says, Anna, nope, not mandatory now. Just prepping for it. I have to get it because I have underlying issues. That's right. Roger says Thailand Pass is easy to apply for. I had no problems. Good, Roger. I'm glad. That you went through it like that. I really am. It's always good to hear somebody not have problems with something that a lot of people seem to be having problems with. So that's very good. Tim says, yeah, 1.2 million. That is just stupid. I hope they don't raise the monthly amount you need to make that. Well, that was the other part of it was that they don't know if the 45K a month, 60 or 65K a month is going to go. It's not going away, but I don't know that that's going to replace it completely. I think you're still going to have a bank balance in your bank account, but I don't know. That's just a theory I have. I think they're going to do like a combination of things because Thailand right now, more than anything else, is looking for people to come invest in Thailand, which basically means buying bonds in the country. And they're looking for rich tourists that want to try to make all their money back right now, which is, you can't do that. So I try. I don't understand, but they do. And I said, DoMoreLife, if you look into it, the clusters are not so much related to tourist stuff. Oh, yeah. I've noticed. Believe me, I've definitely noticed. Ross says there are many Thais over the age of 40 who cannot read Thai, mostly women from rural areas, so they have to rely on what they hear and believe from those they trust. There you go. So when the person that's giving you information you trust gives you the wrong information, not because something they did, because they got the wrong information, right? Your trusted person got the wrong information. Like, we could all be standing in a circle in a room and I could tell a story, okay? And I could whisper it in the person's on my left, whisper it in his ear. And then he had to retell that story to every person until he made it back around to me. By the time it got all the way back around to me, it would be a completely different story. Why? Because when people communicate with each other, they absolutely leave out or add certain details to conversations that never happen. Always. So it's and that's whether it's intentional or non-intentional. You just have to be careful about trusting people. I don't really get the trusting people thing. It's kind of weird over here. Sorry guys, my telephone is ringing, and I don't know why. It's okay. Turn it off. Okay. So, hey, you prep for it. Good to see you, bud. Tim says Humana has a new plan for vets if you are on SSDI or SSI, but here is the kicker. You have to be on both Part A and Part B. That is correct for... I know that's correct for SSDI. I don't know SSI's supplementary income. That's a whole nother... That's like a week's worth of content right there. Lyle says 17 up and 4 down. That's good. We haven't had many people in the chat, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I get up and do this because I love it. I'm not sure that we're going to have a chat tomorrow just because of the way I'm feeling right now. My throat's starting to really hurt. I don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But I want to make sure I want to make sure I cover a few things on the rainy season before I wrap this video up. Tim says, and Humana will pay you a discount on what you pay for Part B, and they pay you $45 a month for prescriptions and other essentials for a month. Okay, see, Jeremy, what have I been telling you? Thailand is desperate for retired expats, just like me. Yet they shoot themselves in the foot every damn time. Understood. Lyle saying for you to paraphrase it. Well, he can't paraphrase it. I would paraphrase it, but again, I don't want to get it lost in conversation there because I don't know exactly what part. When it comes to Medicare, okay, so to get Medicaid and Medicare are two different things. All right, Medicare is something you will get if you are on SSDI or you're drawing a Social Security pension or you're drawing there are a multitude of reasons for that. And then you have for people like that are not on disability, that are the age of retirement, they have their Social Security pension. They also get Medicare Part A and B, which is doctors and hospitals. And I think B, if I can remember, is medications. But their medications are just like you pay for 60%, we pay for 40%, or something like that. And I used Humana too. And Humana, they never did me wrong, but they weren't the right company for me. I should have picked another company. It was my fault, not theirs. They were just the wrong company to pick with my medical history. They weren't. That wasn't the company I should have went with. I should have went with a different company. Roger McGee says, I can't imagine Humana being cheaper than Thai insurance. I could be wrong, though. Oh, no. I don't know. No. It wasn't cheaper when I had it. I can tell you that, than Thai health insurance. And so Humana is like a gap coverage, basically, or it can be a, let me explain. So you get Medicare, okay? Let's say you're 65 or whatever, and you qualify, whatever the age is now, 67 and a half, whatever it is, and you apply for your Social Security. Okay, so you got your Social Security coming in, and now you're retired, and you can make, because you're retired, to the best of my knowledge, you can also make any other pension programs or monthly recurring, take a whole bunch of money and put it in a trust, or put it in a some kind of 501c3 thing and have it pay you interest. Put it in stocks and have it give you a dividend. Don't get into stocks just because I said put it in stocks. I cannot give financial advice on this channel. Although I may start after you see what I'm going to purchase in a couple. Well, I don't want to say a couple of days because it just depends on where everything's at. Prep for it says, I heard that a new law is coming soon. Says no one can use PayPal unless you are a registered business. That is true. 100%. And I lost my thought again, Tim. I'll have to catch back up in a second. That is true. It's coming. It's coming next year, and I've already got a workaround for that, so that's not a problem at all. Tim says you pay to be on an SSDI Part B like 150. That's right. That's right. So you pay for Social Security all your life in your paycheck, right? And then once you get to be Social Security, or once you get on Social Security and you get a pension, you have to, once you get Part B, right, which is the medications part, that's where the Humana is a supplementary insurance company, right? They supplement gaps in your payments for you. So if I was to go to the doctor and the doctor's visit was going to just using my regular Medicare, okay, if I was to go in and see the doctor, I would have to pay for 60% of that visit if I just use Medicare. If I use my Humana plus my Medicare, well, if you use Humana, it's going to go through Medicare anyway. So you use your Humana, and then whatever program, like let's say you had to see a specialist, but your plan only requires a $10 copayment to see a specialist or whatever. And most of them aren't like that. Most of them are $50 or higher copayment. And you wanted that plan, so you get that plan through Humana, right? And Humana also has doctors and resources that'll give you discounts and that kind of thing. Tim says SSDI Part B like $150 a month. That's right. Your Humana pay comes directly out of your Social Security check. So Humana will pay you, the veteran, $50 towards that monthly. Yeah, that's awesome. And take care, brother. Yeah, I'll try to enjoy it. I'm not feeling good though. I'm really not. Take care, Anna. Registered with whom? Tim says 40 on his plan through Humana. Registered with whom? I'm not sure what you mean, Tim, about being registered with whom. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Sorry, buddy. But it's all good. I didn't want to talk about Medicare and Medicaid anyway. Medicaid's the step above Medicare. Just so you guys know, they cover. They have an 80/20 coverage, and they have everything else is pretty much free. So that kind of sums up Medicare. I mean Medicaid for you. Typically, people that are on Medicaid are very low income individuals, and the reason for that, or the reason for them being low income individuals is most likely due to their how they were raised and the rat race that they stayed in and never tried to get out of, and they're happy with their pension, and they're happy that they spent 25 years at the same company and raised kids and had a family and all that stuff. So there's plenty of opportunity. Want to make sure though, as rainy season starts to evaporate, pun intended, as it starts to go away for the year, be extremely careful if you're on the roads, especially if you're here in Bangkok. Especially if you're here in Bangkok. Be careful on the roads because I'm telling you, driving in Thailand is not like driving anywhere else in the world. If you don't believe me, just ask somebody that's driven over here. Tim says, you said you were going to have to register for PayPal or just ask with whom you have to register. No. You like the evaporate comment? No. What I said, the comment said I had to register with PayPal as a business or whatever, but I don't need PayPal anymore, is what I'm trying to say, Tim. When PayPal starts to go offline, it's gonna be like 3 or 4 months before this happens. But when PayPal starts to go offline, we'll just transfer it over to Cash App or Chime or whatever your preferred method of sending cash is. We'll turn it over, or I'll do my research and come up with a better method, something like that. Do you have to register with the Thai government or PayPal? PayPal, I would think, and the Thai government. Thai government is getting rid of PayPal, just so you know, not PayPal. PayPal's not getting rid of Thailand. Thailand's getting rid of PayPal. I'm not, the reasons are so. The reasons are just so bad. I'm not going to waste my time going through the Thai logic on this one because it's just, I don't know. It's not cool, but it is what it is. And if you're riding a motorbike during rainy season here in Thailand, be sure to always keep an extra one of those little plastic ponchos in your motorbike. Always keep one in your motorbike during rainy season. That's just a good rule of thumb. Even if you go out and you know you're going to be gone more than about 20 minutes, pack an umbrella or pack a poncho every day during rainy season. Every day. Because it will be blue sky 1 minute. The 10 minutes later, you'll see a storm on the horizon, and 10 minutes since you've seen that storm will be sitting on top of your head, and then it goes by. It just pours down. You have like a monsoon type feel, and wind and rain and all that stuff, and then about 10 minutes later, it's gone. But it's left standing water. It's done some damage here and there. That happens over here, so it's something to think about for sure. So you guys take care, be blessed. Like I said, I don't know if I'll do a live stream tomorrow because the more I talk, the worse I feel. Which really sucks because I had a real good week. And I really wanted to share some of the stuff about it with you guys. But all that's coming to all of that's about to change in terms of me being able to share stuff with my community a lot more often. So don't worry about that, guys, for sure. Anyway, I want to look. Tim says, funny, we had rain all day today in New Hampshire. Yeah, it happens. It does happen, that's for sure. Um, but and vacation during rainy season. Look, if you don't mind being out, and if you don't mind being out where it could rain at any time, go for it. Like everything's cheaper over here in the rainy season. So hotels and places to stay, all that stuff's marked down during the rainy season, because there's less tourists. And this year's the next 2 or 3 years is obviously going to be bound up. There's going to be some kinks in the line somewhere because of the situation with COVID. But it is what it is, and we will all live through it, and we will be better people on the other side of it. Mr. Y, what's up? He says, "Hey there, Jeremy. Do a little digging into something called a Terminator Zapper. Throat pain will be a thing of the past for you." I will do that, and you know I will. Terminator Zapper. Gotcha. Tim says, "Okay, Jeremy, I will see you in the funny papers rather later." I hope I don't end up in the funny papers, Tim. Let me thank my moderator. I don't know if we had any monetary contributions today, but if you did, thank you. If not, thank you for being here. It's all good. Let me thank my moderators for doing their job and being awesome. Let me thank my channel members for being awesome and being a part of this channel. Later this month, we're going to have channel members only live stream. It won't be the last day of the month, I promise. We're going to have channel members only live streams, and we're going to have possibly some other discussions that'll just be for channel members as well, as I continue to decide what to do on this channel reform that we're having right now. This was basically an open topic for us to talk about, and I thought that the rainy season would be a good topic for tips and tricks. Make sure that you wear waterproof shoes, or you have on sandals, or you have on something that covers your feet that's not going to get wet, like tie a plastic bag around them or whatever, because your shoes, it'll take them days to dry, and they might stink because the water around here is not clean when it pumps up out of the ground. I mean, it's just not. So all those things take into consideration. Also, if you're big, heavy on a diet, on food and that kind of thing, you may want to look at the seasonal fruits and the seasonal vegetables that are in season when you come, as they will be cheaper than they normally would be during rainy season. Also, an advantage of coming during rainy season is there are less people here. With less people here, you have more freedom to roam around, see more things uninterrupted. So these are all just things I think about, and I hope that they've made sense to you. And if they did, great. If they didn't, I understand. I really hope some of you will share this video, as I believe it was completely family friendly. And it's a good little video on good little video on just everyday life here in Thailand and everyday life in general. So, Griffin, I see you going out down there. I appreciate it, brother. So my channel members, my moderators, and then anybody who left a comment in this chat, I really want to say thank you very much, because I like the dialogue. It keeps us going. So I will see you guys on the next one. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow. Hopefully. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. So you guys take care, and whatever you do today, please always remember to do more life. See you guys.